What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Washington Commanders franchise here in Madden 27. Last episode was certainly an interesting one as we had a divisional matchup against the Dallas Cowboys in which we beat ourselves a little bit, but ultimately lost that game before having our home opener against the defending Super Bowl champions and picking up a pretty convincing win over them. We also had some contract talks that didn't go the way we'd hope with one of our star players in Daron Payne. So there is a lot to get to in today's episode. We will be continuing on the season here in week 4 against the Indianapolis Colts before playing the new look New York Giants with John Harbaugh now as the head coach in week 5, and we will see where the contract discussions go with Daron Payne as well. So we are traveling down to Tottenham Hotspur today. Yes, this is a London game. Those always fantastic 9:30 a.m. Eastern games. So you can wake up, get some breakfast going, and watch some football from 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. And that just sounds fantastic right now, saying it out loud, boys. We're only a couple weeks away, but hopefully this will supplement it until then. We've got some more housekeeping items before we get into this game against the Indianapolis Colts. And one is this contract extension with Dorrance Armstrong. And ultimately, I think I'm just going to hold off on this one for now. I don't really feel like we have to make that commitment right now. I don't really think there's a point. He is a good player, but I just don't really think there's a point in that. Now, when it comes to Daron Payne, this one is a little bit different. We were working through the contract last week and he wants a 3-year deal, and I think that's what we ended up offering him. But the more I've thought about it over the course of the last couple of days or so in between episodes, I just don't really feel comfortable with giving him a 3-year deal. I mean, at this point, he didn't accept the 3-year deal we offered, and I'm kind of glad that he didn't, to be honest. And so I'm going to shorten the deal. I don't think he's going to love that too much, but we could guarantee a year. I do think that that's something I'd be willing to do, guarantee the first year of a 2-year contract. So let's go ahead and do that and see kind of how he responds. Okay, so he's pretty comfortable with that. I mean, we could raise it another 1.6 million just to get it done. That would just get this deal taken care of for Daron Payne. I do want to take care of him. He's been with the team for a long time. He is a good player. And again, I do think that his skill set matches. Okay, we'll raise it. This is the maximum I am going, though. I am not going any more than this. Okay, we're done. So we got that taken care of. And he was someone I was considering trading. But I do think that he is an important player to what we're going to try to do here. I do, again, value his skill set quite a bit. So Daron Payne is officially taken care of, and he will be on the team for a couple more seasons at the minimum. So I'm excited about that. So this is what the cap hits look like for Daron Payne moving forward. He continues with that $28 million cap this season, but then it goes down to 15.1 next year. So almost cut in half, really, and then 21 million in 2028. And that 2027 year is guaranteed. He did get that out of us, but I don't really see a world in which we would cut him. It'd be more of a 2028 issue where we would even consider it, and excited about what he's going to continue to bring to our defense. So excited to get our first contract extension of the series done and for it to be one of our better players up front in Daron Payne. The Colts in this game will be without Joey Bosa. I guess they signed Joey Bosa in free agency, and unfortunately the injuries continue for him as he will be out for this game, and they'll be without one of their depth tight ends in Drew Ogletree, probably the second or third tight end on their depth chart. So the Colts have had an insanely hard start to this season. This is actually kind of nuts when you look at it. They played the Ravens week 1, where they lost 34-25. Then they went at the Chiefs week 2 and lost 37-13 before playing a divisional matchup in week 3 and beating the Texans 13-9. So they gave up over 30 points to two of the best offenses in the game before then being in a defensive slugfest against the Texans. So it'll be interesting to see what type of success we can have against this Colts defense in a non-divisional game for them on a neutral field in London. Let's go look at the Colts team just a little bit. So Daniel Jones this season, giving them Daniel Jones play, I suppose. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 54% completion rate. He actually has not played well at all. 54% completion percentage is pretty poor. Jonathan Taylor, 3.8 yards per carry, so not having the success he had a season ago so far, but you know that can change in a game for someone with the skill set of Jonathan Taylor. Josh Downs is this team's leading receiver, despite them having Tyler Warren and re signing Alec Pierce in the offseason. Downs so far leads this team in receiving yards, and he's the only receiver that has caught a touchdown. No Pierce, no Warren, no Jonathan Taylor, no Noah Brown. So it really makes you think because Daniel Jones says he has 4 passing touchdowns, and yet the game only has registered 3 receiving touchdowns on the team. Jonathan Taylor only has 1 touchdown on the season as well. This is a team that just has not scored a lot this season, and hopefully our defense can play more like they did against Seattle than how they did against Dallas or even the third and fourth quarter of that game against the Eagles there. Sack numbers are okay. Remember, this is a team that also brought in Sauce Gardner as well. And so he's been playing for them, not no interceptions on the season, but we know most of the time a guy like him only going to get a couple balls thrown his way over the course of the season. But excited the matchup between him and Terry McLaurin. This is going to be an interesting one. It's 2 teams at 1-2 on the season. There's a big difference between 2-2 and 1-3. As dumb as that sounds, it just is a really big difference. And with the way this Colts schedule is lined up for them, we had a tough start as well in our first 3 games. I think both teams are looking forward to more of an evenly matched matchup between 2 teams that kind of have similar goals for the season. So really excited to get into this one against the Indianapolis Colts. Try to shut down Jonathan Taylor. Try to avoid DeForest Buckner and Sauce Gardner and all the guys the Colts have. Let's get into this one and let's travel down to London. We are in London today. Wake up, grab some coffee, maybe a waffle or some donuts, get the kids situated. Turn on your TVs and let's watch some football. This is awesome to be here. Neutral field in a dome, I believe it looks like. Looking forward to this one. Again, we talked about the Colts. They are 1-2 on the season, but coming off a nice win last week. Does that sound familiar? Well, it's similar for your Washington Commanders. We're 1-2 on the season, and we're feeling really good about ourselves as well after the way we played against Seattle. So both teams struggling at times to start this season, but feeling good going into this game. Let's tee it up and let's play some football. So Daniel Jones coming off the Achilles injury. Good to see him back out there. Not playing as well as I know he would hope, but he is still out there and healthy. Trying to get this Colts offense going here as Tyler Warren will motion on first down. They'll go play action, and Jones will dump it off underneath to Tyler Warren, and Warren will get a gain of 5 to start us off here today. Obviously for us, it's going to be number 1, trying to somehow slow down number 28 back there, Jonathan Taylor. Has over the middle, and it's caught by Warren, who breaks through 1 tackle and goes up to the 42-yard line. So already a healthy dose of Tyler Warren on the first 2 plays of the game. Under center now, Daniel Jones. And they'll go play action. Again, it's Tyler Warren. This time, not much there, but 3 straight catches for Tyler Warren. Interesting start to this game for Indianapolis. 3 straight pass attempts. You would suspect them to run the ball. Now 4 straight. As Jones looking, steps up. Now he's going to run, and Daniel Jones slides forward about 2 yards shy of the first down. 3rd down and 2. We are going to be coming on a blitz here. Daniel Jones from the shotgun. Taylor to his right. Motioning is Alec Pierce. Now he motions the other way, and they give it to Jonathan Taylor, who stiff arms a man and gets the first down. A ferocious stiff arm from Jonathan Taylor. Oh my goodness gracious. That is a grown man run. Tyler Warren again motions, and they'll go play action over the middle. It's intercepted! Picked off by Leo Chanel, his first as a member of the Washington Commanders. And Daniel Jones just threw that right to him. I have no possible idea what Daniel Jones was trying to do on this play. I mean, this is absolutely horrible. Just goes off the play action and immediately just decides he's throwing this to Alec Pierce no matter what. Even if Leo Chanel is standing right there looking right at him. That is a really bad throw from Daniel Jones, but we'll take over with excellent field position. We're going to try this little 2 running back play. We've ran this a couple times this season. It's been pretty successful. We'll go to it again here to Rachaad White, and he will get the first down. Good running by Rachaad White. Spreading things out a little bit more today for Jayden Daniels. As over the middle here, Daniels fires a strike to Terry McLaurin. And that was McLaurin against Sauce Gardner. And he just beat him right off the line. 2 tight ends in the game and the fullback. And we'll go play action here. Daniels looking, and Jayden Daniels just toss it. First down marker is at the 3-yard line. So something to keep in mind as we'll give it to Krosky Merritt. Excellent play to wrap him up and avoid what was looking like potentially a big gain there, maybe a touchdown, as that hole was wide open, but it closed very quickly, and it'll be 3rd down and 8. Empty backfield again here for JD5. Here on 3rd down and 8. And looking throw to Lane, and he'll be short. 4th and 3 from the 6-yard line. And I think I'm going to kick this field goal. We haven't had a lot of success on 4th down in either one of my series as of late. And I'd rather get the points after the turnover. So I assume, after the interception, that we're going to see a heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor on this drive. You would think at least, right? First down here, they'll hand it off to Taylor, and he's got some room. And that is what you expect from the Colts there. A healthy dose of Taylor and then working their offense off of that. And we cannot let him get going or we could be in a world of trouble. Under center here, let's see if they go back to Jonathan Taylor. They fake the pitch, but he's brought down. I don't know what in the world that play was. It was a fake toss wheel route from under center. That is an interesting play design, honestly, but that did not work out. Daron Payne picks up his 4th sack of the season. So 3rd down and 10 here for the Colts offense. 3rd and long, not where they want to be here. Got to get up close to midfield. And Jones will run again, and Daniel Jones this time will get the first down. That's been their best weapon in this first quarter in the passing plays, has been him running. Going to put a little contain on it here. We don't want to continue to let him beat us with his legs. Pierce will again motion. And again, they'll go play action. This time, it's caught for a first down by Noah Brown. That was a nice throw over the middle there by Daniel Jones, especially considering Leo Chanel wasn't looking right at him. And they get the first up to the 32-yard line. Man coverage this time. Sonny Styles against Tyler Warren. That could be a welcome to the NFL moment there, as again they'll motion Pierce. This time to the right side. Now they'll motion Noah Brown. Did a good job of just not letting that confuse us too much as they give it to Taylor left. Excellent tackle that time in the open field. He is certainly not someone that's easy to bring down when he's only got one guy in front of him, but that was a really nice job. 3rd and 3 again, they go to this bunch formation. Pierce is alone to the left. Another motion, a lot of motions in this Colts offense. As looking here, Jones throws it short and it's incomplete. We brought the blitz and it forced Jones off his spot just a little bit. You could see it in his feet. Don't know why he's looking so upset towards the sideline. You just missed the throw. He didn't set his feet there, and he dirted that one. Spencer Schrader from 43 yards away here. Don't want to jump off sides trying to block it, as his kick is good. And the Colts do respond after the turnover with a field goal of their own. More of a normal drive for us now as we start in normal field position up just shy of the 30-yard line. McLaurin motion on first down. We give it to Krosky Merritt. Excellent patient run by Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. Looked like Buckner was going to blow that play up for a second, but he just stood with it and then accelerated and had a really nice gain. Motion and Diggs over here, the other side of the line, and Daniels under pressure, and he can't get rid of it in time. He's sacked. Tried to go play action that time, and the speed on the outside from the Colts defense, they were able to track down Jayden Daniels. Play action here for Daniels, and looking, and he's brought down again. The ball's loose. Picked up by Laramie Tunsil. We actually gained 5 yards on that play. But a fumble there by Jaden Daniels, and luckily Tunsil fell on it, and then he rumbled for a couple yards. Third and a long 15, though, for us here, as it's going to take a lot to get this first down. We throw it down to Stephon Diggs, and Diggs will break one tackle but go backwards. Ends up getting 5 at the end of it all, but it's well short of the marker. Good defense that time from the Colts. All right, Colts get it back. 7:37 to play. Daniel Jones changing the play here. We're bringing a blitz. Jones under pressure and just gets rid of it. Incomplete. I don't know what Jonathan Taylor did to the Colts coaching staff, but they just won't give him the football. As again, Daniel Jones, this time over the middle, and it's intercepted again! This time, it's our star rookie linebacker, Sonny Styles. And the woes on offense continue for Daniel Jones, but more importantly for us, our defense continuing to force turnovers. It's one of the biggest things I talk about with defenses. You gotta force turnovers. And our linebackers, Leo Chanel and Sonny Styles, heard that message loud and clear. More excellent field position for us as well. 3 tight ends in the game will go play action here. Just dump it off to Bates, and he won't get much. Good defense on the other side by the Colts. We're going to come out in this big formation from the pistol, but hand it off to Krosky Merritt, and he didn't get there. I don't know about that one. I thought he got enough, and now we have a decision to make. I mean, the decision is not to be made. We're going to go for it, but when you can't sneak it, what do you call? 4th and inches here. And we're just going to give it to Krosky Merritt. First down and more. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt up to the Colts' 12-yard line. Love to see our offensive line doing the job there on 4th and short. Under 5 minutes to play now in this first half. It has gone by quickly. Krosky Merritt will motion here, and Daniels looking. Daniels under pressure, and he is brought down as well. 3rd and 16 from the 17-yard line here. Not ideal, as Daniels will throw to the end zone to Diggs, and it's knocked away. Good coverage. Cameron Taylor Britt was the corner in coverage. I don't mind trying to take advantage of that matchup. It's not the best throw by Jaden Daniels, and another field goal. Moody basically an extra point here, 34 yards away, and his kick is good. The hot start to this season for Jake Moody continues. Now let's see if they give it to Jonathan Taylor, as Daniel Jones is up to 2 interceptions. Nope, they're just going to go right back to it. Oh, this is actually a screen for Taylor. And Jonathan Taylor with good blocking, and Taylor down to the 43-yard line. That was excellent blocking down the field by the Colts offensive line. Been an interesting first half for the Colts. When they give it to Taylor, good things happen. But they're just not giving it to him quite enough. And we'll see if they do it again here from the pistol as Downs motions over. And they go play action again. Daniel Jones under pressure, throws, and it's in the dirt and incomplete. They're really trying to use the threat of Jonathan Taylor in this game more than just Jonathan Taylor. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Little RPO caught by Downs, and he'll get the first down. Hit hard by Nick Cross, but he did get the first. Alec Pierce, their number 1 receiver, the guy they paid a lot of money to in the offseason, without a catch, I believe, in this first half. I don't know if he's even gotten a target, not one that I can remember at least. And a little dump off here to Taylor. He's got some room. Jonathan Taylor pushed out of bounds. But an honestly pretty good drive from Indianapolis as they're close to the red zone. 2nd and 1 here. We're going to bring another blitz. This could be another RPO. Said they give it to Taylor, and Jonathan Taylor. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line for Indianapolis. The Colts got to be feeling great right now, considering they've already thrown 2 interceptions in this game, but they could take the lead with a touchdown. And Taylor, running over defenders, gets to the 2-yard line. I think it makes sense for us to call a timeout. I formation here, 2 receivers to the left for the Colts. Got to go back to Taylor, right? They do, and Taylor gets in for the touchdown. That is more what you expect to see from the Colts. That one was centered around Jonathan Taylor. They had the big screen to Taylor on the left side. They ran it with him a couple times. Had an RPO mixed in there. And despite, again, the 2 turnovers by our defense, look at this touchdown celebration. Despite the 2 turnovers by our defense and them playing a pretty good first half, we now find ourselves down here as the offense has struggled. So minute 15, 2 timeouts. We're definitely going to try to score here. No doubt about that, as we're going to try to get a quick one here for the first play. And why did he stop running? And Diggs catches it anyway. Again, working against Sauce Gardner. I don't know why he stopped running. If he would have kept running, he would have maybe even had a bigger gain, but we'll take it nonetheless. Minute to play. Hurry back up to the line here. Daniels will just dump it off here to Rachaad White, and White gets out of bounds after a gain of 5. Krosky Merritt now motion. Empty backfield. Here for JD5 as he throws it short to Okonkwo, and Okonkwo will be pushed out of bounds after a hurdle in Colts territory. We still have our 2 timeouts as well. We've been able to hold on to both by just getting out of bounds. Daniels looking, lofts it over the head of Gardner to Terry McLaurin, who again beat Sauce Gardner. He is having a pretty rough go at it here in this first half. It is Sauce. We have 2 timeouts, and we want to utilize them here as we'll throw a little screen out to Lane, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. We're getting the ball out of bounds a lot on this drive, which is saving our timeouts. 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line here. Daniels looking, just going to dump it off again to White, and again he's pushed out of bounds. Nope, they say he was in. So we have to use a timeout there. Not the end of the world. We still have 20-something seconds left, and we're deep inside Colts territory. But I thought he got out of bounds. So 3rd and 7. We can get a first down at the 4-yard line. So do keep that in mind here as we go empty backfield. Daniels looking. Now he'll run, and Jaden Daniels scores. Touchdown, Commanders. What a response of a drive by our offense. Daniels used his legs a couple times. Just was smart with the football. Checked it down when needed. That was a really nice drive. One of the best of our season so far. And then he runs it in for the score. And that's how you respond when you get the ball back with minutes some change left before halftime. That is beautifully done. By the way, I said that this was a dome. I don't know why I said that. It kind of looks like one. It is not. So pardon me on that. As the last play here of the first half, Daniel Jones steps up. He will throw it deep down the field, and it's tipped up and incomplete. Good job to just tip it away. Don't do anything stupid. And we will go into halftime with a 13-10 lead as the offenses woke up there at the end of the first half. It was a defensive game, but the offense had a nice drive on both sides in the first half. Should be a really interesting second half of football. Really fun first half, back and forth display. Looking forward to the second half here as we'll start off with Rachaad White in the backfield, but it'll be Daniels keeping it on the read option, and Jaden Daniels will run right for 5. All these guys up on the line of scrimmage makes me want to pass this, but we're going to hand it off to Jacory Krosky Merritt, and Merritt with room. Jacory Krosky Merritt inside Colts territory. So 3rd down here. Okonkwo will motion. And Daniels looking, now running, just dumps it off to Krosky Merritt, and he breaks through a tackle. He'll be tackled about a half a yard shy of the first down. This is truly a half a yard here. Krosky Merritt will motion, will throw it out to him, and he'll get the first down and more. Jacory Krosky Merritt spinning back inside Colts territory, and we're inside the red zone. 2 for 2 today on 4th and short. It's been one of our Achilles heels, but we're having to get creative, and it's working out beautifully. Good opening drive here for us, but you'd love to see 7 and not 3. Give it here to Rachaad White, and he's got nowhere to go. So 3rd down and 9. Colts defense in the red zone today has been excellent. Here we go. 3rd down, 9 yards to go from the 17-yard line. Jaden Daniels again having a roll, and Daniels will run, and Jaden Daniels will slide down at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Commanders. All these guys up on the line. It's big versus big here. Give it to Krosky Merritt, and he will bounce outside. High step in. Back-to-back touchdown drives for your Washington Commanders as we take a 20-10 lead. It's just been beautiful offense after a slow start. Everybody bogged up on the line, and Colts Merritt, who continues to be one of the stories of the season for us. He has been really good back there behind Jaden Daniels. Love winning the end of the first half and then the start of the second half. That's such an important moment in the game, and we could not have done it any better. First drive of the second half for the Colts comes almost halfway through the quarter. We have really dominated this game in the last 8 or so minutes of quarter time, as Jones on first down, looking, throws left sideline. Good strike by Daniel Jones. And I think they finally remembered that they have Alec Pierce out there, and he finally makes a catch. Colts continue to go with a lot of 2 tight end sets in this game, getting us in a lot of different types of defense. As Jones again off the play action, throws it over the middle to Tyler Warren. Nice throw again there by Daniel Jones from the 32-yard line, and they'll give it to Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor will break out of tackles. What a run by Taylor for the first down. I think he legitimately broke out of 4 tackles on that run. He is just so hard to bring down, and I think he has his X factor on now, which obviously makes it even harder. We're bringing some pressure here on second down. Blitz coming, picked up beautifully, throws to the end zone, touchdown Colts! Wow, we brought a blitz on second down, and they could not have possibly picked that up any better. And finally, somebody besides Josh Downs catches a touchdown on this Colts team. It was a high throw, but Pierce goes up and grabs it. But that was just a great job by their offensive line. And we were bringing the blitz with the corner from the slot there, and they just picked it up beautifully. Empty backfield here again for Jaden Daniels. And Daniels looking. Jaden Daniels tried to go deep on this play. Instead has to toss it. Was trying like a deep post that time, but Javarius Ward did cover that well. 3rd and 12 here. Looking, Daniels dumps it off Okonkwo, and Okonkwo extra effort, still not going to get there. Colts defense rallied and brought him down. I like the effort from Okonkwo, but he's still short. 4th and 2, I don't think we're going to go for this. Daniel Jones has got it going a little bit in this game as well after 2 interceptions to start. Another screen here by Taylor. He stiff-arms Sonny Styles into oblivion and picks up the first down. That is not easy to do, and Sonny Styles, you got a little bit of ways to go. No matter how good you are still a rookie, and Jonathan Taylor just reminded him of it. 3rd and 5 here for Daniel Jones. See if they want to run one more play before the end of the 3rd quarter. They do not. So we will go into the 4th quarter in a 3-score game here in London. The fans are getting a good one. This has been a pretty good game. And both teams looking to go 2-2 on the season. Should be a really fun and exciting finish. So 3rd down and 5 to begin this 4th quarter. A big play to start this one, as Taylor will motion to the right side of Daniel Jones, and Jones will keep it on the option, and he's short. And that play call may make you think that they're going to go for this. 4th and 2 from our 46-yard line. I imagine that they're probably going to line up and go here. Wow, no, they are going to punt this away. That is a surprising play call, knowing you're going to punt. 4th and 2, that is shocking. Good punt here, though, by the Colts. Pins us at the 6-yard line. They're trying to play the field position game a little bit now. Trust their defense. I don't think it's necessarily the wrong decision. I just was surprised. I mean, I probably would have went for that. But nonetheless, we give it on first down to Colts Merritt. Good defense that time by Indianapolis. They're backing off here on 3rd down and 10. And we're going to try to hit Okonkwo over the middle, and it's caught, but again, just short. Cam Bynum did a beautiful job there of driving on that. I did not think he was going to be able to get there in time, but he somehow did, and man, this is so short. If the sneak worked in this game, I honestly might get crazy, but it doesn't, so we have to punt. Again, they go to these big tight ends, and again, Daniel Jones throws from it here, as he throws over the middle, caught by Warren, first down. From under center here now, Daniel Jones gives it Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor with room. Jonathan Taylor, first down. This offense has been hot and cold really on both sides of the ball. Again, Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor breaks through the tackles down to the 5-yard line. Got to get a goal line stand here from the defense. Strong eye to the left side. They'll go back to Taylor, and he'll walk in. Wow, the Colts offensive line on that drive. Kudos to them, as Jonathan Taylor takes over the game as you would expect him to. They just handed off up the middle. I mean, nobody even posted any resistance on that play. An impressive drive by the Colts, and this back and forth seesaw type of game continues. Gonna go under center here. Jaden Daniels and motion Stephon Diggs over. And then look down the field. Beautiful throw by Daniels, but it's incomplete. He threw it a little high, but he had to get it over the head of all those Colts defenders, and he actually did a great job of doing just that. But it was a tough catch, and it's incomplete. Third down again for our offense. And a little bit of a hot and cold season for our offense, it seems like at times. Motion in here, Jaden Daniels rolling. Daniels under pressure, throws it up, and it is incomplete. Dangerous throw, trying to force something considering there's only 6 minutes left in this game. Colts defense is putting the clamps on. Number one priority for us here on this drive is just simply let's get the ball back. First down, they will throw it with Daniel Jones, and Jones is brought down, and who else but the newly paid Daron Payne. And Daniel Jones is limping back to the locker room. A big development in this game has just emerged as Daron Paid the Man Payne picks up his 5th sack of the season, his 2nd of the game on a beautiful play. And Jones comes up here limping. I don't know if you're going to see it on the replay. You just see the defense doing this instead. And meanwhile, Daniel Jones is limping because he might have just tore his Achilles again. I hope not. So he's back there thinking, oh my God, did I just tear my Achilles again? And Daron Payne and the boys are just riding the scooter on him. I love it, honestly. So this is a development, though, as Anthony Richardson, the former first-round pick, is in the game at quarterback. And he will throw on first down. Richardson down the field! And Anthony Richardson, with the most Anthony Richardson play you will ever see, completes it. He was running backwards and just flung it, I think 30, maybe 40 yards down the field for a first down. That is so Anthony Richardson, it's honestly comical. Obviously with Richardson, similar to Jones, but Richardson, a very good runner. So you got to worry about him running the football here. And again, they're going to throw here. Over the middle, wide open, it's Josh Downs. And Downs breaking tackles to the 25-yard line. So they are trusting Anthony Richardson, and he is rewarding them big time. Not the 2 play calls I expected to see, though, when Anthony Richardson came into the game. They have definitely caught us off guard here, as Downs will motion. They'll fake it, hand it off. Nope, it's a sack. Odafe Owe with the sack. They had a couple different fakes going on that play, and then they end up losing 7. Richardson now from the shotgun with Taylor to his right. 2nd and 17. They'll go a little RPO here to Warren, and watch out! Tyler Warren, and he's got the first down. 2nd and 17. They run an RPO and get the first down. That is unbelievable. Colts are now threatening a touchdown, puts this game almost out of reach here. Anthony Richardson putting together a drive for the Indianapolis Colts. And they go play action, wide open, touchdown. Anthony Richardson has come into this game, and he went right down the field and scored. Warren was just running like a crosser route, and Sonny Styles just got eaten up in that play. I think he was playing the run. And how about that drive from Anthony Richardson? I mean, that was pretty darn impressive. But the Colts offense getting going here. But obviously the number one thing now is just going to be going as quickly as you can. This one play is already taking a little bit too long here. Jaden Daniels just throws it back, coming back to the football for the first down. It's Williams. Again, we got to keep going here. We need 2 scores. We got to go as quick as we possibly can. Diggs and McLaurin got to be key for us here. And Daniels steps up, and Daniels is brought down for the sack. We still have all 3 timeouts. I mean, this game not over by a long shot, but we got to do something here. As again, Daniels this time will run, and Jaden Daniels, first down and more. Jaden Daniels slides down at the Colts 40-yard line. A huge run and catch that time from Jaden Daniels. Hurry back up to the line. Good job here by the offense to do just that. Daniels throws high, throw, and it's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 again. We could kick a field goal here. A field goal would not be ideal, but we can do it, and it would make sense as Daniels again will run, and Jaden Daniels again using his legs to his advantage. Got to go again quickly here. Want to get as many plays as we can before the 2-minute warning. But obviously got to take care of the football as well. Jaden Daniels again got to run off his spot. He's been running a lot in this game, and he gets out of bounds after a gain of 3. 3rd and 7. Again, a field goal here would make sense, but we want a touchdown. Got to be #1 priority. Throw here to Diggs on the outside shoulder, and he gets the first down as we hit the 2-minute warning. With still all 3 timeouts in our back pocket, this game not over by a long shot. So here we go, 2-minute warning time. See if we can get this in for a touchdown. As under pressure, Daniels throws to the end zone. High throw, and it's incomplete. Cam Bynum, the safety, came off his man to make a beautiful play on that one. 2nd down and 10. Go play action here. Daniels steps up, throws, and Okonkwo just drops it. Oh, that may have been a walk-in touchdown. And Chig Okonkwo just dropped it. That is an inexcusable drop from Chig Okonkwo. You cannot drop that ball. Daniels here rolling, and Jaden Daniels will run in for the touchdown. Takes a hard hit at the end there by Sauce Gardner. But Jaden Daniels, the legs just saying, you know what, Okonkwo, I'll just do it myself. And that was pretty much all he used on that drive. So we got to go for 2 here. And then we'll make a decision on the kick. Trying to make this a 3-point game. Trying to read this well. Daniels pitches it out. Rachaad White gets in there for the 2-point conversion. It's good. And with all 3 timeouts, don't turn off your TVs just yet. I'm going to kick this off. I don't think the chances of us getting a onside kick are pretty slim. And with us not having any timeouts if we were to stop them, I would rather kick this off and try to play the field position battle a little bit. See what happens here. We got to stop Jonathan Taylor. I don't think we're going to see Daniel Jones. I think it's going to be Anthony Richardson playing quarterback. But obviously they're going to hand it off to Taylor. Daniel Jones has a quad strain, so it wasn't a lower leg injury like I thought maybe. But he does have a quad strain, and he is out for the rest of this game. And remember, Bosa was out for this game as well, so that may be a multi-week injury for Daniel Jones. That is unfortunate for them. But Anthony Richardson trying to win him the game here, and he's going to throw it, and he's brought down and sacked. They continue to refuse to run the football, even when it makes the most sense of all time. I guess it worked out for him on the last drive, but not on this one. 2nd and 17. They lose 7 yards on that play. They going to throw it again here? They are. Richardson looking, throws it down the field, and Richardson's pass is incomplete. 3rd and long. We're going to be able to hold on to these timeouts if we stop them. 3rd down and 17. Anthony Richardson, they have put the game in his hands in a strange way. Richardson rolling, throwing, and it's short by caught by Josh Downs. We'll call a timeout. And so we'll have 1 timeout remaining as well because of those play calls. So Jaden Daniels, he did this so many times throughout his young career. A 2-minute drive. He was magic in these scenarios in his rookie season. Can he do it again with 1 timeout and 1:16 to play? 2nd down and 10 now. Jaden Daniels again looking. They got a spy on him. Smartly done, but Daniels finds Rachaad White. He didn't get much, though. Only got 6, and the clock is continuing to go here. Now only a minute to play. Colts have done a nice job in coverage here. Now under a minute to play. Trying to go quickly. And Daniels will dump it off to White, and White breaks a tackle. Rachaad White continues to be an electrifying player for our offense. And that was huge that he broke that tackle and got out of bounds, as he ends up with the first down. Big play that time by Rachaad White, as Daniels just has to toss it. Trying to take care of the football here, as they're saying the target line is the 40-yard line. So that would be a 57-yarder. They're saying Jake Moody could hit. You see the target line up there now. Here we go. Second down here. Daniels throws to the outside, just over the outstretched hands of Stefon Diggs, and he had a step on his corner. Daniels has got to make that throw. Man, that is a bad miss there by Jaden Daniels. Now 3rd down and 10. Krosky Merritt will motion. Jaden Daniels looking. Blitz coming. Daniels will run. First down. Don't know if they actually ran the blitz there or not. 30 seconds to play. Got to call something quick here. Still got to get more yards. 20 seconds to play. I wanted to save the timeout for the field goal. That may have been the wrong call, as Daniels dumps it off to Krosky Merritt. Probably not the best decision. Now we got to call it. That was not the best clock management on our end. I really like saving those timeouts for the field goal, but that probably cost us a little bit of time. 18 seconds to play, though. Still enough. Daniels quickly to the outside, caught by Stefon Diggs, gets a couple more, and he got out of bounds. So this would be a 53-yard field goal from right here. With no time here, I'm going to run like a little bit of an out, but if it's not there, I'm just tossing it. It's got to be there. It's got to be crystal clear there. It's not. We'll throw it away, and no! This will be probably the most brutal comment section of all time. What? Oh my gosh. What just happened? That is probably the worst choke job I've ever seen. I cannot believe we just choked that game away. Oh my gosh. I should have just kicked the field goal. I tried to get cute, and I was like, oh, I'll just throw it away. And I should have just kicked. All right, guys. I want to hear it in the comment section after that. Give it to me. Listen, sometimes you guys in the comment section, I appreciate every single comment that is left. But sometimes it's like, oh, you missed a wide open guy here or there. I'm not even really that great of a Madden player. I'm okay. I know I miss guys all the time. And sometimes I'm just like, yeah, you miss some guys. You know, it's easy to see that when you're watching a video, or when I'm editing, I'll notice it. But that's just awful. And give me everything in the comments on that. That is so bad. I tried to get cute and just get a little closer, because Moody's not great, but a 53-yarder, I should have just kicked it. I completely choked that game away for us. Who knows what would have happened in overtime, but I absolutely 1,000% choked that game away. I'm sorry about that one, guys. That one is 100% on me. I don't even know what to say to that. That is so bad. That is so bad. Again, I always say, though, when we have games like that, if it is no other proof that I only play every single one of these games one time, I am not going to rage quit this. I'm going to post this. But damn, is that bad and embarrassing. Oh my gosh. We got some upgrades after that game. As we'll just try to move on. I know you guys are probably going to want me fired after that. I cannot believe I just did that. That is just Man, that's bad. I don't really know what to say. I have no excuse. I have nothing. I have no excuse. I have nothing to say, nothing nice to say about myself after that game. That was so bad. I can't believe I just choked that game away like that. That is so, so bad. Oh my gosh. I really have nothing to say other than that was so bad. The reason why it was kind of like silent and then I edited to just me talking after the game is because I was sitting in silence for like probably 5 minutes just staring at my screen. Like, what did I just do? Man, that was a good game though. That was a really fun back and forth game, but to go to 1-3 that way is tough. And it really does feel like this is, we're not playing bad football. Like, we're in a lot of these games except the Dallas game, and we're just like shooting ourselves in the foot, whether it's me as the user, whether it's the team, like fumbling kicks or some stupid stuff like that. If we get out of our own way, we're probably not a bad football team, but, there's a good football team in there somewhere. But between the user being stupid sometimes and myself making boneheaded plays, and then sometimes the team making boneheaded plays, we find ourselves 1-3 and having to climb a large mountain here as we go to week 5 against the New York Football Giants. I think I'm just going to upload that one as it is, and this will just be a one-game episode, and I think that is deserved. I need a break after that one, and it'll allow me to get this episode up a little bit quicker as well. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Washington Commanders franchise here in Madden 27. Next episode, we will play through a couple of different games as we continue on Season 1. Was a productive beginning of the episode with the Daron Payne extension, but quickly took a turn for the worst, and probably one of the worst losses in Madden I think I've ever had. And you guys get to enjoy that and then probably not enjoy it as you guys are cheering on the team as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. The comments ahead of times laughing at that ending. I appreciate all of you for having as much fun with this series as I am. Look for the next video up here shortly as we'll continue on with the season, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.